without justice, no justice without the right of return, and this is really, really important. Can I invite Peter now? Peter, our good friend and supporter, would like to say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. It's an honour and a privilege to be here today with you on this day and with this audience. Thank you. I'm representing Sheffield Labour Friends of Palestine today. I'll have a quick word to say about that in a bit. The Zionist project for Palestine that the British state itself committed to with the Balfour Declaration in 1917 was always implicitly and in practice a genocidal project. That's how you get rid of and supplant a whole people, a whole society in their own land in order to create a so-called Jewish state. And in the 1930s, the British state, as the mandate power in Palestine, used enormous and overwhelming military force in collaboration with Zionist forces that they equipped and trained to crush Palestinian resistance to what was happening to their country. They arrested and imprisoned Palestinian leaders of the Arab Higher Committee in an internment camp in the Seychelles. That was one of the most important preconditions for the Nakba. And this is the tradition that the Labour government of Starmer and Lamy are proudly and arrogantly continuing, as the High Court case brought by the Global Legal Action Network and Al-Haq has amply demonstrated. The Labour Party under Starmer, the Labour government, are active collaborators in this genocide. It's a collaboration that runs deep and wide. Starmer and other senior party figures, instead of working for a ceasefire, advocated for Israel's mythical right to defend herself from the very beginning. He defended the collective punishment of civilians and suppressed any attempt to highlight the systemic ethnic cleansing of Palestinians by the Israelis. This was a framing that dehumanizes Palestinians and absolves Israel of responsibility. The court case being brought revealed that Starmer is lying about the position on genocide that the Labour Party has been taken. In some contexts, they've argued that they've got to leave it to the International Court of Justice to decide whether it's genocide. But in the High Court case, they've been arguing that it's not. In fact, the Global Legal Action Network has revealed that the Labour government this week claimed it was for the courts to decide whether Britain is complying with its legal obligations, but in court their lawyers argued the opposite, that there was no genocide. The government claimed not to have seen women and children targeted in Gaza by snipers, yet it was shown in court that they had evidence of this and withheld a report specifically on deliberate sniper shootings of children. They've silenced internal dissent. MPs and councillors voicing support for Gaza or criticising Israel have faced suspensions, deselections or gag orders. And they've continued or increased military intelligence and diplomatic support for Israel, as has recently been revealed. Angela Eagle proudly saying that the Akrotiri base in Cyprus has been used for surveillance flights on behalf of the Israeli state. This is the Labour government that we have. It's become a monstrous instrument of torture for the Palestinian people and also for the British people. This is a government that's prepared to consign thousands of pensioners, disabled people, poor people to death by cutting their benefits and by cutting their fuel allowance. This is a government now under Starmer that mimics Enoch Powell. What are we to do with this government? What do we need to do with the Labour Party? Sheffield Labour Friends of Palestine at our last annual general meeting have decided to dissolve this organisation. Most of us are not members of the Labour Party anymore anyway, but we can no longer support this organisation which has become a monstrous instrument for the punishment of the Palestinian people and for genocide and for Palestinian and for the punishment of the British people. This Labour government has to go. And we know there are good Labour Party people who are still in the Labour Party. But we say we will support you on condition that this fight against the genocide inside the Labour Party is absolutely implacable. And there's one more condition. It's one thing to believe that Labour Party can be reclaimed, but it's another thing to be in a party with a war criminal for its leader. That means that we call on all Labour Party members and supporters, if they're still in the Labour Party, you must work immediately for the resignation of Starmer and for a new leadership challenge in the Labour Party. There's been no leadership challenge to Starmer, despite all of this. And that's the condition that we will support people in the Labour Party. They've got to work tirelessly now against this Starmer leadership. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter. Thank you very much, Peter. Very powerful words, but they are really important. Thanks a lot, Peter. Because when we think that Britain is still supplying Israel with its war machine components, it's really disgraceful. After all this genocide and all this bloodbath.